Okay, as I left off in the other video, this is part two. When I left off in the other video, I was talking about how you women pick these badass guys that treat you like dog shit, and you just are told by your friends not to go with this guy, not to go with this guy, not to go with this guy. Warned, you're like warned over and over, and you take it off as you're just jealous because he's with me and not with you. And then your friendship is over, and 6 months later you have this big fucking black eye again, but you cover it up with makeup, but it's still puffy, and your girlfriends, they come around, but they don't come around as often because your boyfriend doesn't want them around because he thinks they're hackling cackles and all kinds of bad words that I will not say here. And the some is a B and some with a C and some is a MF and B and all kinds of other things. And you guys can pretty much figure out the abbreviations to that. And instead of you leaving before you procreate with this bastard, nope, you stick around. You're gonna ride it out. I'm gonna write it out because this guy's the shit. He's good in bed. He has a gigantic ass dick that satisfies me. His tongue game is great, and I'm just gonna write it out. Oh, by the way, he's not working. I'm working two jobs because I'm paying for his car plus mine. But he's not even attempting to look for a job. He's at home playing Xbox and PlayStation all day. I'm paying for that too. And then I come home, we have sex, and then he beats me. And the next week, repeat. You women pick these guys. I'm a gamer too, but I still carry my ass to work. No one's paying my bills. I'm paying my own. The Army's not paying me enough so that I can sit on my ass. I have to find a better job, period. And I'm still looking for a better job at 46 years old. But I've learned this. All of these beautiful women pick these badasses. They're handsome, they're strong looking, and they talk to you like shit. They treat you like shit, and you like it. And you don't think that you like it, but you like it because you continue to let that shit happen. And someone like me comes along, hey, you're a very pretty lady. That's a very nice dress you're wearing. Shut up, boy. We don't want to talk to you. Fuck you. You don't do shit. You're a geek. You read comic books. You don't have a really good job. I got a heart, though. I'm not going to raise my hand at you. I'm not going to raise my voice at you. I'm not going to turn my nose up when you fall down. I'm going to help you get up. If you're walking down the street in the rain and you don't have an umbrella and I do, I'm going to give it to you because that's how I was raised to do. Unless me and my girlfriend are walking together that took me 20 years to find, while you, a beautiful girl, finds the biggest dickheads and they got a good dick game and they got a good tongue game and they treat you like shit behind closed doors, but they prance you around like a trophy wife in public, but you have to get a lot of makeup to cover up that fucking handprint that they put on you, but instead of leaving them, you're still there. Now, all of that was not intentionally victim blaming, especially after the article I just read. But it is 1,000% truth in my words there. 15% of beautiful women wind up with the man who beats their ass. 20% of beautiful women, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of financial standing, wind up with a man who treats them like shit, does drugs, get them pregnant, and either gets locked up and can't come home, leaves and cheats on them, won't let them get another relationship, won't do shit for their children, and y'all keep bringing them same kind of motherfuckers home. You don't go out and look for a man who has a career. You don't go out and look for a man who has a job. You don't go out and look for a man who wants to love you and only you. You want to find somebody who's high as a fucking kite, drunk as a fucking skunk, and talks to you like shit. And every now and again, he makes you understand the palm of his hand. And on a good day, not only do you understand the palm of his hand, but you understand the backside of his hand too. And your girlfriends, the ones that don't date men or anybody because they'd rather just have careers and they know that relationships cause problems and take work. And I'm not going to say they're not dumb. They're very smart on that aspect, but everybody needs somebody. And they will find their person, but they keep telling you, or they already have their person, which makes it even worse when they actually have someone who doesn't treat them like shit, who doesn't get high, who does want to spend time with them, who does work and can't wait to get home to be with them and take care of them, while you're with someone who has similar qualities, but he's a dick, while her boyfriend is not a dick, and Her boyfriend might not have a great dick game, but he loves her and she loves him, and he's working on it. And where his dick fails, his tongue will prevail. Well, the prettier friend, who has to wear makeup to stay pretty because her boyfriend, the friend who's going with the geeky guy, has told her in private 1,000 times, you need to leave this motherfucker before you can. And then you're the girl who refused to leave. No, he's good to me. I know. I can change him. I'm going to do all this stuff to make it right. First and foremost, no one can change anyone. It is not humanly possible for you, no matter how good you are in bed, no matter how good you are in the world, no matter what you do, you cannot ever change a person. You cannot make a person love you. You cannot make a person like you. You can earn someone's respect, but you can't make them respect you. You can earn someone's love, but you can't make them love you. And you can earn love around the world, but you can't make the world love you. You can't make people love you. You can't make animals love you. They love you because you feed them. And they are loyal to you because it's all they instinctively know. But we humans have a different mentality of that. And a lot of the women, a lot of the beautiful women who are beautiful and smart, but not socially smart. Because there's like 3 types of smart. You have book sense, you have common sense, and you have socially smart sense. And the socially smart sense would tell you that if your best friends, all of them female like you, all of them pretty like you, are telling you to leave that bastard because of the first time he hits you, if you don't walk away right then and there, you're fucked for life. Because he knows he's going to hit you and you're not going to tell the police. He knows he's going to hit you and you're not going to tell Big Brother. And Big Brother's not going to come around and do anything because Big Brother's going to try one time and you're going to tell Big Brother he's a kung fu kicking faggot and you don't want nothing to do with him. And then Big Brother's not going to help you when you need him because he's already learned that if I help her by hurting him, I hurt me and my relationship with you, and that's not something that I want to do because I'm your brother, and that's how shit works, and that shit falls on you females. Females have been misled for a long time by other females, and I'm going to tell you right now, as bad as it sounds, this is only going to get worse in this video, so if you are female sensitive and you can't handle the truth, then you should probably stop watching right now, because we're 7 minutes in and I'm going to give it to you. As I tell people, I like to give you 99.9 and sometimes I'll give you 100. This is one of those videos where I'm going to give you 100. I'm not going to give you the whole 1,000 because most of you are in denial. Trust me, this is why guys like me are single, because the girls we want don't want us. The girls we need don't want us. They want those guys that treat them like shit, and as soon as the door's shut, understand the back of my hand, bitch. And they stay. They literally stay. And if they don't pick those guys, they pick even worse guys who literally beat them every day because they can. Because they know that pride and shame is going to keep them from going to the police, going to their family. They're going to suck it up because they think that they're going to change him. They think that if we show him enough love, if we ride his dick well enough, he's going to become the person, the person that we want him to be. Here's the thing on that, and this works for both genders, just so you don't think I'm cutting out the men here, but this works for both genders. You can be real good at sex, but you are who you are because that is who you are. You can change yourself. You can lighten your load, you can increase your load. But no one else can do that for you but you. If you are a man in a similar situation where your woman is beating your ass, and we know this does happen, I've been reading about it in books like this, and a couple of semesters back when I had to do domestic violence, I can tell you right off the bat, there are men who are getting their ass beat by women too. And instead of packing their shit and walking away, this is the first thing that they like to say. And this goes for both genders. So as a woman, it's, but I love him and I can change him. And here's a man. I love her. And to be honest with you, I'm going to try to change her. But to be honest with you again, I'm scared as fuck to leave her because she's beating my ass. I'm a man and she's beating my ass. If I go to the cops, they're going to laugh at me. If I go to my family, they're going to laugh at me. If I go to my friends who probably already know and secretly are laughing at me behind closed doors, what do? I go to get domestic violence help, and nobody's going to believe that a kung fu master is getting his ass beat by his girlfriend. It happens. Don't worry. It didn't happen to me, no. I have been slapped by my ex twice, and I never put my hands back on her. I walked away. I have witnesses, just in case she sees this video and tries to say that I did. I have witnesses, which was her friends, who were my friends, because we became friends through her. But, the whole thing is, when it comes to domestic violence, a lot of the shit that happens to women happen because they don't listen to their gut. They don't listen to their friends. They listen to what the hell makes them feel good. And if you have a guy who treats you like shit, but he has a big dick and a good lick, your dumb ass is going to stay with him until he makes you understand the palm of his hand. And then if he makes you understand the palm of his hand, the fear of what he's going to do if you leave him kicks in. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And why is that? Because instead of listening to your nerdy girlfriends who have glasses like mine on, super intelligent and probably still virgins, and they're sitting there, got their legs all crossed in their little mini skirts so that nobody can see them. Marley, you really just have to leave Steve. You really have to leave Steve. If you don't leave Steve, he's going to keep beating you. Steve's not beating me. Steve's not beating me. The whole time Marley's rubbing off makeup because Steve's been beating her. And when you are told this more than one time, you women still will try to stick that shit out. You will. And the first damn thing you use as an excuse is, I love him. I can change him. You can love his ass from far away too. If he's not willing to change, he's going to beat you to death. He's going to love you to death. He's going to end your life and his too. And if you don't learn from this video, I've learned from the experiences. I've lost 4 people. Technically 16, but I've lost 4 people that I knew from domestic violence. 2 cousins, a cousin's cousin, and a friend. And the 2 men were responsible for the 2 women. I only knew one when the 2 men that I knew did it. When my friend from high school killed his girlfriend in front of his daughter, I knew both of them. But I knew the man because I grew up with the man. He lived around the block from my house. And every now and again he would come over to West Haven. We did things, He was a good kid. He was the son of a cop. He had a whole lot going for him. But, and not because they were black, but he had a problem with, I love you but I don't want you, and I don't want anybody else to have you. And so he loved her to death. My cousin's cousin, who was like a big brother to me, who told me, do what I do, and I'm going to beat your ass. Do what I say, not what I do, and you'll be fine. So I did what he said. He told me, don't fuck with drugs. Don't get in gangs. Don't do this dumb shit trying to be Billy Badass being black. Stick with your kung fu. Do karate. Keep the fuck out of trouble. Which is what he told me to do. Not what he did. He fucked around with drugs and all the other shit. He went to jail. When he got out, some incident happened, and we don't really know to this day what really set him off. But we know that in front of his child, he killed his girlfriend, or his wife, whatever she was to him. I didn't know her. I only knew him. I met her. I talked to her a few times. And I never ever saw this coming. And then he killed her at Wharton Farm. And then he killed himself. And so that was the first 2 times that shit happened. Then I had 2 cousins, both girls, killed by dumbass men over jealousy and shit that wasn't really fucking true. And neither one of them will get to raise their children. So you women have to understand it. If your girlfriend, who's a nerd, who doesn't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend because she's like really smart and might be a lesbian or whatever, if they're telling you this guy and their instincts are right on the money, this guy is not who you think he is. And it's not like they're hacking in his shit and trying to check him out or nothing, but they just got that feeling. It's kind of like you women have gaydar, something men we don't have. I can't look at a person and tell if they're gay. I can't. Trust me. I can't tell if a person is lesbian. I can't tell if a person's gay. I have a hard time telling if someone's transgender. Not that I hate any of those. I just don't have that ability. Now, if we're going to fucking get into a fight, I can read you a little bit. Because I've been doing this pretty long. Depending on how far you step, I can pretty much read most of your kicks. before you can read your kicks, I can read your kicks, because I'm like, okay, well, I know this motherfucker, yep, so many with his stride. The longer your stride, 9 times out of 10, the higher your kicks. Unless you're a short person with short, wussy strides. That's the shocker. Because I can read a lot of tall people better than I can read short people, because I've never fought anybody shorter than me, because they don't exist. But anyway, the whole thing is, if your friend is warning you over and over and over, and you're doing this, see my eyes? You can't see what they're saying. And see my ears? You're not hearing what they're saying. And then you are doing this because you're not going to speak ill of that person that you're so enamored with, because they have a big dick and a good lick, and they're giving it to you whenever you want it. You don't have to ask, they're already ready to go. No, it's boom, boom, boom. When she comes home, I jumped in the shower. He'll take you without the shower, with the shower. He doesn't give a shit if you smell. He doesn't give a damn if your deodorant failed. He's down for everything. And then when those doors shut and you don't have company, he's down for beating your ass. And instead of you taking your friend's advice and leaving that fucker, you're gonna stick it out. Because most women do that. Why? I don't fucking know. But a guy like me will come along. I'm busting my ass to get my dream going. I'm busting my ass, just busting my ass to put money in my own fucking pocket. I don't have a lot going on, but I am trying my damnedest, and I'm failing, but I'm trying. And you will walk past me like I was fucking Hoggle from Labyrinth, or Smeagol from Lord of the Rings, or I was like the ugliest thing you've ever seen. It was either have sex with the ugly unicorn or pick me. You'd go with the ugly unicorn. And the ugly unicorn will gouge the shit out of your ass while you're so busy enamored with the beauty of that damn thing, even though it's uglier than I am. And you see me, you see the unicorn. You see me, you see the unicorn. You know that I'm not worthy of you, but I'm going to treat you right. Where the unicorn is not worthy of you, he starts out treating you right, and then he kicks you in your ass. Quite a few times. And then we're burying you, because you did not listen to your friends. And then he's killing himself, because he knows that if he doesn't, he's got hell to pay with court, or he's got hell to pay for the rest of his life in prison, or get the death penalty. Those kind of things happen because women pick the wrong men and stay with them. And I'm sorry if that sounds sexist. There's some cases with men too, but it's more women than men. There have been cases where women have killed men and committed suicide. There's definitely cases of that. We've read about them in my domestic violence class also. But I will tell you from the jump, it's more women than men that are killed by their lovers. Now, I don't know if there's any cases of lesbians, except for what I read earlier with the space stuff. But for the most part, it's mostly women being killed by men, and it's mostly those women who pick those men, and instead of following their friend's lead or picking a man that was loving and decent and would treat them right, they pick the biggest bunch of jackasses that they can. And I have to end this because somebody is so loud that you can hear them over me. So thank you guys very much. I'm James Williams Jr. Come back with number 2, be seeing you.